the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
AFP to deploy 18,000 troops for election 2025 security. 62nd IB troops neutralize NPA rebel in Negros Oriental clash. MRT-3 eyes 33% passenger capacity increase in June. Over 44,000 individuals affected by flooding in Palawan and Occidental Mindoro.
Hello to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, February 12, and this is AFP Committee News, your source for the updates of the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rob Susan Abay, here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, the Armed Forces of the Philippines announced that at least 80,000 troops will be deployed to ensure security for election 2025. AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla said the number could increase depending on emerging security threats, including possible encounters and ambushes during the election season. She assured the public that the AFP remains committed in maintaining peace and securing the democratic process. The election period began on January 12 with campaigns for senatorial and party list candidates running from February 11 to March 10. Local and congressional campaigns will be held from March 28 to May 10, leading up to the election day on May 12.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Troops from the 62nd Infantry Battalion neutralized a communist NPA terrorist in a 3-minute firefight at crossing Lansang, Barangay Talaon, La Libertad, Negros Oriental. The troops were pursuing CNTs responsible for the recent burning of heavy equipment in Sitio Manghuya, Barangay Aya, where they engaged around 4 rebels. The encounter left one CNT dead, identified as Rolito Tanillo, alias Roy Gamatoy, a member of the Sangay Unit Pampropaganda Squad CN1D KRNCBS. Troops also recovered an M14 rifle with a defaced serial number. No government casualties were reported, and also pursuit operations are ongoing to track down the remaining rebels.
Armed Forces Radio.
Now let's hear more updates from Jai about 73rd IB supports Comelec Oplan Baclas in Davao Occidental.
SROF, the 73rd Infantry Neutralizer Battalion, assisted the Commission on Elections in its Oplan Baclas operation in Davao Occidental. The operation aimed to remove illegal campaign materials posted outside designated areas as mandated by Republic Act No. 9006. The representatives from the Department of the Interior and Local Government, Department of Public Works and Highways, Philippine National Police, Bureau of Fire Protection, and local government units also participated. The 73rd IB reaffirmed its commitment in protecting the integrity of elections and supporting Comelec in upholding democratic processes. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Navy and Philippine Marine Corps reinforced their defense capabilities against external threats through an amphibious landing exercise conducted by the Naval Force West and 3rd Marine Brigade at Long Beach, Barangay New Agutaya, San Vicente, Palawan. The training focused on beach clearing and breaching operations led by the Naval Special Operations Unit, Joint Special Operations Unit 1, and Naval Combat Engineering Brigade. Philippine Marine Commandant Major General Arturo Rojas noted this was the first unilateral amphibious landing exercise led by the 3rd Marine Brigade. The exercise coincided with the passage of a Chinese research vessel through waters of eastern Palawan.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Navy has deployed BRP Ramon Alcaraz as its key surface component for the 5th Multilateral Naval Exercise Komodo 2025 in Bali, Indonesia from February 16 to 22. Captain Malone Agodelio leads the Naval Task Group 84, composed of 175 personnel with Commander Johannes Cruzada, the commanding BRP Ramon Alcaraz. The exercise, which gathers 31 participating navies, aims to enhance cooperation in humanitarian assistance, disaster response, and strengthening diplomatic ties in the ASEAN and Indo-Pacific regions through naval diplomacy activities.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Shai, Zamboanga City 6 AFP support amid rising criminal incidents.
Yes, good afternoon. The Zamboanga City Peace and Order Council, led by Mayor John Delipe, approved a resolution requesting the Armed Forces of the Philippines to assist the Zamboanga City Police Office in maintaining peace and order amid rising criminality. The resolution followed recent shooting incidents, including an ambush in Barangay Tituan and the attack on a Register of Deeds JB Baginda in the downtown area. The council aims to implement stricter security measures to ensure public safety under the Delipe administration's policy for secure communities. This is Shai Rivera reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shai.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Golden Boy Private Armed Group voluntarily surrendered 9 firearms, including 3 high-powered and 6 low-powered guns to the Philippine National Police and Philippine Army at the San Antonio Municipal Police Station, San Antonio, Nueva Ecija. Colonel Eugenio Julio Osais IV, the command of the 703rd Aguila Brigade, commended the joint efforts of the PNP and PA, emphasizing the importance of disarming private groups for peaceful elections. The surrender, facilitated through coordination with local officials, also included 10 magazines and 110 rounds of ammunition. Authorities urged the other armed groups to cooperate as part of broader efforts to ensure a secure election period.
DWDD National News.
And now for our national news, the Philippines and Cambodia signed various agreements to strengthen relations between the two nations. These include cooperation in key areas such as trade and investment, agriculture, education, tourism, and communications. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet witnessed the signing of the MOU in Malacanang. PBBM noted that the two countries' relationship have deepened and widened as it would celebrate the 70th anniversary of former diplomatic ties in 2 years.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Bea about Philippines, South Korea strengthened defense partnership in joint committee meeting.
Yes, Ralph, the 26th Philippine-South Korea Joint Committee meeting on logistics and defense industry cooperation concluded in Busan, South Korea. The Assistant Secretary Joselito B. Ramos led the Philippine delegation, while Vice Minister Kang Won-suk of South Korea Defense Acquisition Program Administration headed the ROK delegation. Discussions focused on defense modernization, technology transfer, and joint security initiatives. Both sides emphasized a commitment in enhancing military capabilities and addressing regional security challenges. This Battery is reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea.
DWDD National News.
Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet expressed the readiness to help President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in realizing his bid to attain food security in the country. Following his bilateral meeting with Marcos, Hun Manet assured the Cambodia's commitment to contribute to the Philippine food security through rice supply as well as many other food products. Cambodia is one of the Philippines' top source markets for rice along with Vietnam and Thailand. It is also the country's 7th largest overseas supplier.
DWDD National News.
The government of Israel remains committed in delivering its promise of helping shape a better future for the Philippines. Israel's ambassador to Manila, Ilan Floss, said that last year they extended programs in the Philippines. These programs include the sending of interns to Israel to learn more about agriculture productivity and food security, provision of scholarships to qualified college-age Filipinos to earn a degree in childhood development. They also brought Israelite technologies to the country that could help agriculture, water, and cyber security.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Solcom, let us hear from Sen about 903rd Brigade Commander highlights mental health awareness in his Talk to Troops session in Sorsogon.
Brigadier General Jose Riquilanyog, commander of the 903rd Infantry Patriot Brigade, emphasized the importance of mental health among the troops in his Talk to Troops held at the brigade headquarters in Sorsogon. At the same time, SMS Johnson de Queros, Brigade Sergeant Major, also held a lecture on the subject of suicide prevention leadership in action. He discussed effective measures to avoid the stigma associated with matters related to mental health and even the responsibility of each leader and colleague in providing support, understanding, and proper guidance to those experiencing emotional difficulties. Through this program, the 903rd Infantry Patriot Brigade showed its appreciation not only for the physical fitness of the troops but also for their mental and emotional health, an important aspect of being effective public servants. This is Sena from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Sana from Solcom.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, the MRT3 System Administration is expecting a passenger capacity increase by June this year once the packet track extension at the North Avenue station is completed. MRT3 General Manager Oscar Bongon explained that upon the project's completion, the infrastructure can accommodate a 4-car train, from 3-car to 4-car trains on each trip. He said that there would be a 33% increase in the capacity. In 2024, the MRT3 served 135 million passengers, which is more than 5.3% higher compared to its ridership in 2023.
DWDD National News.
The House of Representatives said it would not push the Senate to hasten the impeachment trial against Vice President Sara Duterte. House Assistant Majority Leader and Taguig's 2nd District Representative Pami Zamora said that they will leave it to the Senate as to when they will convene to become a trial court. Senate President Francis Escudero earlier said that the trial would likely start after the State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on July 28, 2025. The Senate and House adjourned its session last Wednesday.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCOM, here's some information from Joanne about CPPO 5th ID present 3 surrendered former rebels to the media in Cagayan.
3 former members of the New People's Army or NPA surrendered to the authorities and were presented to the media by the Cagayan Police Provincial Office and the 5th Infantry Division Philippine Army. The 3 former rebels, identified as Ka Rani, Ka Madel, and Ka Max, decided to return to the fold of the law after several years of being part of the NPA. According to authorities, Ka Rani was a vice commander of the Comiteng Provincia and held a high position in the rebel group's operations in the province. He served as a squad leader, platoon leader, and vice platoon leader under the Hendrik Abraham command. Meanwhile, Kamadel and Kamax were members of the indigenous people and joined the movement in 2020. They serve as supply officers of the West Front Committee of Comprob, Cagayan. The surrender of the 3 former NPA members is seen as a symbol of strengthened collaboration between authorities and other agencies. It is also considered a significant help in achieving a peaceful and orderly Cagayan. Various war materials were also presented, including explosive, firearms, and ammunition. These items were recovered from the former rebels and are seen as a significant accomplishment in the government's effort to combat insurgency in the region. This is John Sagao reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD National
For
News.
other national news, more than 13,000 families composed of 44,000 affiliated individuals from 10 cities and municipalities in Palawan and Occidental Mindoro were affected by the floods due to shear line. The affected areas were Aberlan, Brooks Point, Nara, Sofronio Española, and Puerto Princesa in Palawan, and also Baco, Calapan, Nauyan, Socorro, and Victoria in Occidental Mindoro. The Philippine Coast Guard said it also rescued 108 individuals from 7 villages swamped in Puerto Princesa City. They were from Barangay San Manuel, San Pedro, Bancao, San Jose, Siksikan, Irawan, and Westcomb Road. Palawan has been experiencing rains due to the effect of shear lines since February 9.
DWDD National News.
Puerto Princesa City in Palawan was placed under a state of calamity due to massive flooding caused by this shear line. The resolution enables the CDRRMO to use 86 million pesos from the Quick Response Fund for disaster response operations, particularly for flood victims. More than 3,000 families or 7,900 persons were affected by the flooding. Meanwhile, 5 casualties or deaths were reported when a raging flood water in Puerto Princesa swept away a vehicle last Sunday.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Meljoy of First Year G about former rebels receive financial assistance from DILG in Isabela.
Yes, Rolf, at least 5 former rebels have received financial assistance from the Department of the Interior and Local Government Isabela Provincial Office under the Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program as outlined by Executive Order Number 70. Officials handed over a total of 190,500 pesos to the former rebels, which included payment for the surrendered firearms. DILG Provincial Director Corazon Torrebio emphasized the government's commitment to supporting rebels who wish to return to the fold of the law through the ECLIP, which has already assisted former rebels who surrendered in previous years. She called on remaining rebels to surrender and take advantage of the government's program, allowing them to reunite with their families and lead normal lives. Torrebio also expressed gratitude to the Philippine National Police, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and other members of the Provincial Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict for their continued support in implementing Executive Order Number 70. She assured that the DILG will continue fulfilling its mandate to assist as mandated by the order. This is Meljo Inesio Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy of First Year G.
DWDD National News.
The province of Palawan is now at the center of a low-pressure area outside the Philippine Area of Responsibility. Pag-asa weather specialist Robert Badrina said the LPA was spotted some 260 kilometers west-northwest of Pag-asa Island, Kalayaan. Badrina said the LPA has a slim chance of developing into a tropical depression and entering PAR. He also added that it is currently moving in the direction of Vietnam.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Tourism has recorded more than 4,200 visitors from Cambodia in 2024. This is seen as a sign of the growing potential for tourism exchange between the two countries. DOT Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco and Cambodia's Minister of Tourism, His Excellency Huot Hak, signed an implementation program to boost tourism cooperation for the 2025 to 2028 period. The agreement includes initiatives such as the exchange of tourism professionals, joint marketing campaigns, workforce training, and participation in international tourism fairs.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Leonor about Fort ID boosts peace security efforts in Regional Council meeting.
The 4th Infantry Diamond Division strengthened peace and order efforts in Northern Mindanao during the Regional Peace and Order Council 10 Full Council meeting in Cagayan de Oro City. Led by Governor Xavier Jesus Romualdo, RPOC Chair, the meeting highlighted election security guidelines and updates on the Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program or ECLIP and anti-violent extremism efforts. Colonel Michelle Ray Reyuyan reported the neutralization of 45 communist terrorist group or CTG members and the seizure of 28 firearms over 3 months. Brigadier General Michelle Anayron Jr., 4ID Commander, reaffirmed the division's dedication to collaboration and proactive security for the upcoming elections. This is Leonor Tanap reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear our report on the ground about 8 OID activists task force hope for peaceful Eastern Visayas elections. Going for the details, Gina.
Yes, Raf, the 8th Infantry Stormtroopers Division activated Task Force Hope Eastern Visayas to ensure honest, orderly, and secure elections in the region. Task Force Hope EV Commander Colonel Arlino L. Sendayjego vowed to support the Commission on Elections and prevent unlawful acts that may disrupt the democratic process. The task force will focus on securing communist terrorist group affected areas and voting centers. It will also coordinate with the other agencies and local government units to strengthen election security efforts and voter education. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
9 members of the Taguig police were relieved from their duties after a viral video showed cops entering a home, shoving a woman and trying to arrest a young man. The Southern Police District said the Taguig City Police Station is conducting a thorough and impartial investigation following serious allegations raised in a viral Facebook post. SPD said it condemns any form of misconduct and swiftly acted to ensure a fair investigation. The 9 police officers have been reassigned to the admin holding section of Taguig CPS while the investigation is underway.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Ralph Susan Abay for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.